All right, y'all, it is officially Halloween this week, and kids and parents are getting ready for the spookiest time of year.
But for a lot of kids, the Halloween season might just be too much. Our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, shows us what you can do to help them out. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is interesting. So why does Halloween trigger social stress for some kids?
Yeah, it's funny because I think this is something people don't always think about, but I see it at every age. So sometimes for the younger kids, let's say school age kids, it starts already with like, who's going in groups? And do we have to, are we going to be, the M&Ms together? Or what are we going to be together? And so it feels really great when you've got a group of kids to say, yeah, we're all going to dress up as Alvin and the Chipmunks or something. Doesn't feel so great when you're like, oh, there's not enough chipmunks. Like, nobody asked me to do this, or nobody's dressing up with me. And I find it more and more that that's what kids are doing. So it starts with the costumes and who's doing that. And then as they get older, and even just in elementary school years, it's who am I going to trick or treat with? It's easier when they're littles.
Yeah.
Like, you're going with your parents and, somebody in the neighborhood probably. But when you get older and you have a little bit more independence, there's a choice. Who do I trick or treat with? And then when they get even a little older, who's holding the party and am I invited?
Yeah, that's such a good point. What are some signs that maybe your child is experiencing that anxiety or that exclusion?
Yeah, I think that's a good question because they don't always just sit you down and say, I'm feeling really excluded at school and nobody's dressing up with me.
And in fact, they probably won't because they feel embarrassed by that.
Absolutely, shame. So I think some of the signs are all of a sudden your kid's like, Halloween's dumb, or dressing up is, I don't need to dress up this year. Like, feels really different. It doesn't feel like a natural evolution of just like, yeah, I don't know anymore. It feels like sudden. Also them saying things like, I think I'll just stay home with you. I think this is dumb. Just send me to whatever activity they have. So basically it's usually avoidance and it's usually even added little like insults or, just a disinterest that feels, you'll know as a parent, it'll just feel like, whoa, I'm really surprised. I thought last month, actually, we were looking at, shark costumes and what happened. So when it's sudden like that, just really tune into the social aspect of Halloween.
All right, so if you hear that as a parent and okay, something's off, something seems like, this isn't right, what can parents do to help them?
I think the first thing is to come in, with empathy and just put it out there and say, I wonder if this year feels a little tricky. I wonder if there's other kids that are doing things and you don't feel included. Just, I wonder, right? I wonder. Right. They'll either be quiet and won't say anything, that's pretty much confirmation, or they'll elaborate and tell you the story. Well, yeah, we were gonna do this and then everyone decided this and then we were gonna go here, but now they're going here. And then you get the sense of, okay, this is complicated. And so you can offer them a couple things. You can say to them, if you want to this year, we can go together, or you can go with your siblings, or I'll be here handing out candy or going to the neighbor's party like I always do. If you want to just come with me this year, that's fine. You can also make their world smaller. You can say, well, how about you ask one friend? It sounds like you told me about a couple of friends, but I know there's lots of other kids in your grade.
Yeah.
Why don't you, we can have one person over, or we can reach out in that way. So try to help them out with either like, hey, I'm safe and I'm home based and you can be here, or let's shrink the world because it feels really, really big right now. And this isn't all based on like one person or even one small group.
What about emotionally as well as socially there too? How can parents help out with that? Because that's a big factor.
Yeah, I think the message is we all want to fit in. I understand it feels really, really bad and hard to be excluded. And I just want you to know we all want to fit in and we all have a sense of belonging that's normal and natural. Because they could feel like, well, maybe there's something wrong with me. Why should I care anyway? Right. And well, you care because we have a sense of belonging that we carry with us, and that's okay.
Such great advice. It really is. And I know a lot of kids and teens specifically struggle with this time of year. So Dr. Ziegler, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Me.